at a university teacher.
Oh, what happening today?
Uh, so um, Currently I'm preparing for my midterm exam teacher.
Jesus, so why do you sign up for the class anyway?
Because I don't know teacher. Like I just because I registered, so I have to study.
Oh yeah. Well, next time if you're busy, just send me a message. I can cancel your class. Shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's been a long time. I haven't studied with you, so I don't want to cancel it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what happening? Do you have any new that you want to talk with me, or do you have any special topic that you want to talk today?
About news. Uh, yeah. So recently I was accepted to study exchange in Poland, teacher.
Poland. Hang on. Let me just
Yeah.
pull up my note. Oh no. How do I command find? Oh, okay, back. How do you get that scholarship, by the way? I'm a bit curious.
Uh, so th so that is my university scholarship because my university collaborates with the university in Poland. So yeah, so and I applied I applied the scholarship and I, wa- I was selected.
Right. So any what I mean was like, was there any special requirement or any preparation that you have to do to get a scholarship? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I don't know. That scholarship is quite simple, teacher. It don't require anything. It just have the application form, and it require me to try my GPA and
Mm.
my English certificate. That's all, teacher. I think 1 minute to fill in the form.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Geez, it that easy. So how long was it? Was it 1 year?
Uh, no, teachers. That is a hybrid scholarship. So I have to study um, virtual virtual for 3 months from February to May, and from May to June. So it's about 2 weeks. I will study in Poland in 2 weeks.
What do you mean by virtual? So you study with Poland teacher using like online meetings.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
you're not actually going to Poland to study. Right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. From May to June, I will be in Poland. Not
Mm.
now, teacher. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. So do you have any special topic? Because recently we got a lot of things going on at the moment. That I'm not sure. Are you aware about it or no?
So you mentioned the topic of U.S. and Iran, teacher.
Yeah, it's quite yes. So what do you think about it? I'll gonna tell you my opinion about it, but first let me know what do you think about it.
Yeah. I've read an a post on Threat City, and
Mm,
they analyze how the U.S. want to attack Iran because it's affect to negatively to the U.S. if the Iran decided to develop their radi radioactive vũ khí hạt nhân. Yeah,
yeah,
teacher.
uranium.
Yeah,
They already have enough of it. So
yeah. Yep, yep. So if Iran develop the uranium successfully, they will have power. So that they don't rely on the U.S. and
mm.
yeah. So the U.S. can develop. Maybe it's hard to develop. Yeah. So they want to attack. I just know
No,
that.
I think potentially this is my observation. This is what I'm thinking. Not really. You can believe it or not, or you can have a different opinion. So, in my opinion, yeah, when the U.S. attack Iran, is have a lot of reason and in my opinion, benefits as well. So, from what I've been hearing, is that Iran they actually try to suppress their people, and uh, in the week where the U.S. president saying that do not suppress your protester. If you start shooting your gun, I'm gonna shoot now. Within that single week, Iran killed approximately 30,000 of their citizens, which is fucking weird. And the other reason is that Iran, well, they publicly saying that they want to kill everybody, like everybody else, like European, they want to kill the US, they want to kill Iran. And also recently, as you can see in that after the US strike Iran, you can see the missile that's launched inside Iran, it go multiple country and it's not really specific targeting to military infrastructure. It just fly everywhere. It's going to hospital, going to school, everywhere in Dubai, and so as you can see that they already have missile point towards their neighborhood. So let's say if they have nuclear power, what do you think that they're gonna do? And the other thing that I'm gonna thinking, so the first thing they're gonna disarm Iran and remove the ability of them to develop nuclear power. But I think another important point is that they try to restrict the capability of Russia and China. So what happening at the moment? You have Russia try to attack Ukraine with and um, even though the all of other country they kind of have restriction or transportation with Russia, or etc. whatever whatsoever, but Russia they still have another supply of missile and cheap and hardware, well, obviously going to be from China and Iran. So if the US attack Iran, so they potentially cut down a lot of supply of those missile to Russia when they attack Ukraine. And Ukraine have a lot of supply from the weapon from the European, but not from the US. The other thing that I'm going to thinking at it going to chop down significant the capability of China. So at the moment, even though China have oil production in their country, but it do not have enough oil production to support their production economy. And the China have to import a lot of oil from Russia. Well, they can potentially import directly from Russia or in kind of do shell company to import oil to China. But also, Iran is one of the major oil support to China. So if US chopping that Iran and have somebody have regime change or appoint somebody else to come into the power, have a positive relationship to the US, it's potentially going to scale out the amount of oil that China going to receive. That happened the same with Venezuela. So potentially, they are, in my opinion, when the US attack Iran, it have a lot of benefit in there. So that what my taking, and I think that is, in my opinion, is kind of a positive when they attack Iran because they have a suicidal ideologies, which is really weird. It's have a different mentality compared to Korean, North Korean. So when they have North Korean, when they have a nuclear powers, nobody want to touching them, but they do not go around and changing that. Uh, they want to keep everybody. So Iran, different situation. Yeah. Also, there are far more deeper situation or deeper meaning in those, but this is what I can see at the moment. Could be wrong. I don't know. Um, Another thing that I can say is that how badass is that like within I think only 30 minutes into the war, all of the top leader in Iran just gone. They just vaporized. So now, if you look at all the statistics, like in the beginning, one of the two, in the first day and the second day into the war, Iran shoot about the first day they shoot about 200 missile or ballistic missile, somewhere around that, and 100 of drone. Second day, that number of missile they're shooting out to country around them, the total missile that they shoot out was about like 500. But now the number of missile that's shooting out is about like 20 or 12 a day. So as you can see, even though let's say Iran have a lot of stockpile of missile, but the US and Israel they strike all of like nearly all of their launch pad, those stockpiles basically useless. They can't use it. Yeah. So let's say you have a like 1,000 ammunition or 1,000 of ammo, but without gun you can't actually fire the gun. So the stockpile basically useless. And now all of Iran ship, naval gone, air force gone. So yeah, it's really interesting that how it turned out, and you can see that the difference between when Russia they I'm not sure whether I'm trying to say they could potentially basically invade Ukraine to see how much struggle they have in the first when they're trying to do that. But you can see now with between US and Israel, I don't want to say effortless, but say it's really effective. Even though it costs a lot of money, but it's really effective. Yeah, it's just wow, that badass. Do you want to talk with your friend? I think your friend just like visit.
No, they just want to study. Oh, do you want to talk? No, no, they said no, teacher.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
And also, I
yeah.
think last time I have a conversation with Jamie is that how gangster is that you have the U.S. come rise into I think this heavily armed position of president of Venezuela, snap the leader, gone without I don't know, without losing a soul from the US side. It's just, I don't want to say amazing, or just say fucking gangster.
Yeah.
And it's sent out a lot of misses though. It's sent out a lot of misses. So yeah, so there are a lot of underlying meaning behind that regarding to economic and a lot of power string behind that as well. But I think it's, in my personal opinion, it's a bit positive. At the moment, I think the oil price, a lot of people saying that the oil price rock up significantly, but if I'm looking at that compared to because in Australia, I'm actually paying the food, I'm pumping the food to the car myself. So I'm really pay attention to how the fuels price work. Before when Biden was still in the U.S. President, the oil, like let's say I'm just saying as a fuel 91 food, which is cheapest food, just for you to easy to understand. There was a point that the price roughened to like $2.10 a lit, which is really expensive. So people keep saying that fine, but they're not sure how. Like when Trump take over the administration, they're not sure how it's gonna work out. A lot of people say it's gonna be worse, but I'll keep reminding people that 4 year prior than that, when President Trump to in the office, the oil price for like 99 cent. We see not. I never seen that price, and they keep for like nearly a year or so. And then after the Trump president, after the President Trump take the office, the oil dropped significantly. So it went down from $2.10 or something. It dropped down to somewhere about $1.40, sometimes it's 30 cents a litre. But on average, it was going down for like $1.40 or to 50 a liter. And now after the war broke out, the price jumped significantly. A lot of people are saying that it jump about like 15 to 20%. But the price I'm still seeing at the moment is still a dollar 80 cent per liter. It's still cheaper compared to when President Biden's still in the office. So I have no issue with that. Yeah, but also I do look into the government where they started shooting at the people trying to protest. That is a really bad sign. Yeah. Okay.
Too complicated to me to understand, teacher.
Yeah, because I'm listening to this a lot, so because yeah, you have to understand a lot of background with financial, politic, and history for you to kind of feel comfortable just to understand this. Yeah, it kind of complicated, but all in all, I'm telling you, is in my opinion, is a good thing. At the least, the U.S. at the moment they only strike military infrastructure, so they're not target. So what I've been hurting that. Different this war is a bit like way different to Afghan war where you have US, they send the US soldier to the ground, but this one they just strike and stop the Iran to have the capability to produce nuclear power and then gone. So they leave the people of Iran to decide uh, what next, what can happen next for them. So they're not going to send now soldier to Iran, which is pretty good. So from the estimating that are being heard from the White House or President brief, they're saying that this operation is gonna last somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. So far, they're saying that it's on schedule. Hmm. So what do you think? After that, so what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know,
Right,
teacher. Yeah,
right,
yeah. Just listen to you, and I just know that it's good. It's that's all, teacher.
right. So do you have any questions so far? Well, for my
Um,
explanation, do you have any questions so far? Because I say a lot of statistic, which could potentially confuse you.
yeah. So you mentioned that like when the Trump have the power, he can control the price of oil. Uh, right, teacher?
I'm not potentially, yeah, it kind of that. I'm not saying that President Trump have the power to control oil. It's a potent. It kind of yes and no because at the moment, so let's say Iran have the power to control. I think the Gulf of Honduras or something. So if you, I don't have a map here. Iran. Or you can, yeah, you can basically sign that because let's say now if Trump administration they take over Venezuela and Iran, and he publicly saying that he want to involve into the process of choose who going to be the president of those country, and they should have a close relationship or um, planning to work closely with America or the US. So I think it kind of a yes. He some kind of have the power to change the oil price, but I think he tried to get the price down, not up. Because when you get the price, it depends for what country you're talking about. So let's say that if you're talking about China, I don't think he's gonna drive down the oil price. Potentially, they depend on how China working with Trump after this kind of conflict. Potentially, the U.S. kind of put a restriction with the amount of oil Venezuela and Iran can export to China, which kind of squash or squeeze the uh, the um, the production or the economy of China. So I think he tried to make the oil cheaper, but he have the power to say that what country have what. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's kind of trade
yeah,
war. It's some kind of a trade war.
yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand more. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep. Any question? Any more
yeah.
question in
Not
that?
yeah, not really, teacher.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you have some point or something that you don't understand and want to explore further, just like the question that you recently asked me, I'll be fine. I'm happy to participate in that because it's gonna challenge my argument as well.
Yeah, yeah. You read a lot of documentaries and you know a lot of fields. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in a poor family, so I have to learn all of that just to survive. Yeah. So,
Not really, teacher.
okay, anyway, thank you, but let's just move on.
Yeah.
So, I recently engaged in one of the manufacturer in China. So, man, well, their product is cheap. I'm not sure about the product they have inside of China, but the export is kind of cheap. But for me, it's quite good. So I tried to buy an excavator, a mini excavator. I'll share you the screen, mini excavator. I'm trying to buy this one. Jesus Christ, with this machine is they selling it for like from 7 or 8 thousand, which is not that expensive. But if you buy a good quality one, you're looking at about like 20,000. Can you see from my screen? Like
Yeah, yeah, I can see it.
let's say from Vietnamese like 7 or 8 thousand. Well, this is kind of a common price. My price is to have a custom tractor, additional bucket, rake, right? It cost me about like 8,000 all up, like delivery directly to my house. But after that, well, after a few research, I have to change all the oil and pay attention to their joint and connection. But other than that, it's pretty good for a home use. This, if you change to Vietnam currency, looking at about 100 to 120 million Vietnam. So it's really not that expensive.
Seven 7,000, teacher.
Yeah, in Australian dollar. So
Oh,
let's change it to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
AUD to VND. So you're looking at the set that I bought, Australian. So let route it to 140 million Vietnam dong, around that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
which is really competitive.
yeah.
There
Yeah.
also
Oh,
a
but
reason why it the price from China is competitive, but if you want me to explain about it, it's gonna take a kind of a whole session to talk about it.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But oh, like teacher. I forgot the question to ask you. Uh, yeah. So recently, the Poland study exchange teacher. So it's like a trade. It's like a trade teacher because my final exam. also take place in 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 the duration that I will fly to Poland. So if I decide to study in Poland, I have to uh, re retake the final exam again in the next semester, not this semester. So it means that the study the workload is heavier is much heavier than
Mm.
this semester teacher. So I so wonder that I should um yeah I should choose it or not. Yeah yeah because I have 8 or 9 subjects this semesters, and 3 subjects are general subjects. So the general subject I cannot ask permission to take the exam individually because yeah, it's final subject. And about my major subject, it belongs to my faculty, so I can ask permission to take the final exam, individually. Like they can change the day for me to take this the day before or later after my study exchange. Yeah, and I have maybe 6 major subjects, and but I only get on well with 3 professors. It means 3 subjects, and the other 3 I don't get on well, so I'm afraid of I couldn't um, yeah asking them permission to uh, to s- to take the final exam uh, in another day. Yeah, so it may be in the bad situation. I think I will take the 6 subjects in the next semester. I think not really 6, because my major subjects only open 1 time in a year. So and the general subject open every semester. So maybe the next semesters I will take the 3 general subjects, and 1 year later I will take the the three the 3 major subject. Yeah, so it's yeah. So I am I don't know what should I do this year.
I think you should want to be able to answer that question, not me, to be honest. Because, well, honestly, I'm not sure what kind of subject that you're talking about. If you learn about subject that really heavy in technical, yeah, well, I think I have to reconsider that. But if you talk about subject that, yeah, it's really unfair. I'm telling you, you're way better than me than when I was young. I just have more experience now, so it kind of thing is more easy for me. I can do multiple stuff because I already have like the basic. I learned the basic of it. But compare me right now with you is a bit unfair. It's really hard for you. So I think, can you kind of have, can you have some kind of a glimpse of what your major or what subject are you gonna learn about? I think you're
Yeah.
mute.
So if I so if I take the final exam in the next semesters, I just need to take it. I don't need to study it again because I studied it this semesters. Uh, but if I take in the maybe 1 year later, I don't remember anything to take. It's also the problem, teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So I yeah
So what do you think? Are you
I
confident with it? Are you confident with it?
I don't confident teacher because right now I also need GPA teachers.
Right,
My GPA
yeah.
right now is my GPA right now is 3.5 out of 4. I need 3.6 to get the excellent degree teacher. So I don't want to have the excellent.
Cái này gọi là con gì người ta. You know, when I was studying, I'm not really paying much attention to my GPA. I just need a pass. That's it. So I think you asked the wrong person.
So can you share me your uh, multiple task skills teacher?
No, so I'm not sure. Should I say a multiple task queue? I'm just saying that when I'm studying, I'm trying to study in a way that I can understand it. So let's say if I close the book, I can actually remember what I'm learning. And in real life, it's more about practical. It's just what practical is, because if practical is easy for you to understand, but in the university, they always try to ask you something that's fucking ridiculous and it's really hard to answer. And I'm not really up for it. So that is why. So I have a different way of learning, but I'm learning for understand. I'm not learning to have a higher score. Just similar to how I try to learn English. I'm trying to learn English in a way that I can communicate, read contract, do a contract. I'm not trying to learn English just to become a English teacher or yeah. I'm not trying to learn English to become an English teacher, because if I learn English to become an English teacher, it's gonna kill my mood, and I know right away it's not gonna work for me. So that's how I think of it. So it really depends on what do you actually want. If you want to have a high GPA, well, you can have your answer there. You can answer yourself. Have a less course, try to focus on it to have a higher GPA. But if you do something like that, it's gonna drag your score, gonna drag your course out a bit longer, and you're gonna graduate a bit late. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
see, it's really depend on what do you want, and what do I want is completely different from what do you want. So
yeah,
after you sit down and you think about what do you really want, and you decide to do it, you achieve it. So let's say even now, if you're gonna do like six subject or six of your major subject in the next semester, you should ask yourself, oh, do you really think you can handle that, or are you gonna be too much for you? I don't know.
yeah.
You are the one who
Uh,
can answer that
uh,
question.
I don't know as well, teacher.
Yeah, well, and also you're gonna ask yourself that, okay, is it really important to me to have a higher GPA? I know it's gonna be for you and Jamie, like you gotta really pay attention to high GPA. With me, at some point in the past, yes, I did, but now I don't really care, because I'm not sure what do you want to be after you graduate. Potentially, if you want to apply for scholarship, GPA really is really important, because as you trying to say earlier, so you, because of your GPA, and you just need to fill a fill form that you can have your scholarship grant for Poland, right? With me, I pay everything myself. And like I'll just learn things so I can understand it in a practical way. And later on, when I'm using in my daily life, work and stuff like that, well, it's stuck with me. I can spit it out. That's it. I can understand it. It's really practical. So you just sit down, think about what do you want, and after you
Yeah,
really you set out what do you want, and then you're gonna you're gonna draw out a way that you can achieve it. So I think with you, I'm gonna say, oh, you want a higher GPA, and then oh fuck, looking at that the course, okay, maybe less, and then you're gonna do less major, and then guarantee a higher success rate or a higher GPA. And then also, I'm not sure about your course, to be honest. Like it could potentially easier than my year at the university, or it could be harder. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. So, actually, if I only worked after I graduate, I don't care about my GPA. But as you mentioned before, I want to apply scholarships. Yeah, yeah. So, recently I read a handbook of the alumni of the. Do you know Erasmus Mundus? Uh,
No, I don't.
yeah, so Erasmus Mundus is a scholarship of the European government that fund for students all over the world to study master degree in Europe. So it's about 2 years, and we can study from 2 or 3 countries, and we'll also have the degree from the university we study. So it means we have 3 or 4 degrees, or yeah, the master degree. Yeah, so maybe it's one of the most famous scholarship in the European.
Mm,
So and the handbook said that if you guys want to get the scholarship, firstly GPA, and the second one is the research experiences, and also and student exchange is also a plus point. So that's
mm.
why, yeah, GPA is also important. Student exchange is so important. So that's why I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, it's really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Should I say it's gonna be a trap? I was just saying. With me, I'm gonna sit down. Like when I was young, I didn't even know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna sit down. Okay, after all of that GPA, all of that scholarship, all of that student exchange, what happening after that? Are you gonna start a work or not? Well, with my, what you gonna do after that? What happened after that? What your future after that? You're gonna be keep doing that forever, or you're gonna apply for a job? And if you want to apply for a job, what job would you want to do? And
Um,
I don't know. It's up
yeah,
to you.
sure.
So if I'll just go with the flow. So after you decide what job you're gonna do, is you look in the requirement of the job that you're gonna do. You're saying that what do they require in there? They require you to have a high GPA, or they require you to have work experience in the industry, right? So if
Yeah.
the job that you want to apply for have some kind of a requirement in high GPA, fine, work, good, great. If they require you to have experience, well, that is the tricky part because let's say if you have all of the high GPA exchange work, exchange study experience, that potentially could be good for you because you kind of have a communication skill with other people, with different people around the world. Um, Again, it's more aligning with your what do you want to do after that. It could potentially help you, but what you want to do after you graduate do not require the experience. Mm, I should don't want to give you advice that potentially gonna waste your time. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. So with me right now, because I'm at the age right now, I'm trying to make my time as efficient as possible. I don't have much time left. Well, I do have. Like I'm trying to make it most efficiency as possible. Yeah. So, but you're young. I don't know. It could be good for you because let's say you go to learn Indo exchange. Potentially, you can have some kind of work opportunity where you studying abroad. That could potentially help you. Could be yes, could be no, or it could have experience. When you're young, you have some more year compared to me to kind of explore the world, just have some kind of adventure. So that's why you asked the wrong person.
No, I think everyone have their own experiences and perspective teachers. So asking from you is also a new way to learn. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So I hope it helped. I'm not sure where it helped or it confused you even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to say thank you to you today, teacher. So I have to come back to study with my friend.
Right.
So yeah,
That's
and
right.
thank you a lot. Yeah, for having a conversation today. Goodbye, teacher.
No
Yeah, I have to
worries.
see you next week. Yeah.
Also a heads up, I'm not sure. I'll try potentially. I'll try to make myself available, but not next week or the week after. I might be not available because I'm trying to install solar onto the roof of my parent house. So I don't know. Might be available, might be not. But yeah, after that, well, I think I'll be available somewhere about May or somewhere in the beginning of April. Okay.
Yeah, got it, teacher. Yeah,
Right.
goodbye, teacher.
Thank you. Right. See ya. Have a good night.
Bye, bye, teacher.